everyone. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Weekly, the best marketing podcast available, if you ask me. And today we have two guests, Melike and Berktu. We are going to be talking about a big controversial problem. Should marketing researchers only focus on solving customers' problems or not? As you know, lately in our world, especially considering climate changes, there is a big rise in the need and the want for environmentally positive products, but there is also the fact that markets are way more competitive these days, so that they have to stay in the competition by making their products more profit oriented. We are going to discuss all this in today's episode. First, let's meet our guest.
I'm Melike Sezer. I'm a marketing researcher, and nowadays I'm very interested in sustainable marketing and eco-friendly businesses. Yeah, I believe that today we're gonna have some nice discussions.
Thank you, Melike, and Berktu.
Hi everyone, I am very happy to be here. I am a Chief Marketing Officer at Workday Incorporated. I have been working in this company for 15 years, so I know how to do this job.
Thank you both. And we will start our discussion shortly. So, yes, the question is, should marketers only focus about solving customers' problems? Melike, let's hear from you first.
Nowadays, there are a lot of consumers in the market who are concerning with the future of our planet, as all of us, because you know that climate change research has been doing lately very seriously, and some international agreements are happening nowadays because this is getting serious. And a research indicated at Stanford says that 90% of today's CEOs believe that sustainability is essential to success. Nowadays, new positions are appearing, such as Chief Sustainability Officer, and it's a huge development in marketing area and sustainability area, of course. 88% of the business school students think social and environmental issues are crucial to business branding. So this is marketing perspective from business students and business executives. However, nowadays we're seeing a difference as people, as public, because 90% of millennials choose environmentally friendly businesses, according to research done by Business Mirror, I guess. Yeah. Reason why I made these examples is to show you that the world is changing, how to do business in changing, and the world is opening a new page about how to do business nowadays. Marketing departments and marketing research should also focus on these situations while they're trying to solving customer problems to catch up the world. And today's customers may not be involving all these situations. Just as I mentioned before, yes, some millennials are interesting more, of course, but you know that customers are more concerning about their daily problems, not the sustainability problems, environmental problems most of the time, but the world is about to change. This is why I gave my examples. So just trying solving customer problem may not be beneficial for our company, because the company will eventually face the fact that climate change is real, and being eco-friendly company is crucial, both to have a place in the market as future and fulfill our responsibility towards our world.
Yes, thank you, Melike. So Melike thinks that while it may look profitable at first to try to solve customers' problems, companies also have a responsibility to think about the environment, and they should also try to focus their research on sustainability. Berktu, what do you think about this?
In my point of view, marketers should use marketing research to solve consumers' problems. They can get lifelong loyal customers and increase companies' profits. The primary purpose of a company is to survive, and the only way to achieve this is to make a profit. As the most of the big marketing authorities say, the way to make sure that your business survives for longer is to ensure that you have got a steady stream of sales and customers. If I think about environmental issues, it would be spoiled for me to expect relatively small companies to show interest in social awareness or environmental sustainability, while it's very difficult for them to make a profit, even considering the competition in the market. They have very little budgets. They don't want to invest sustainability, I think. On the other hand, focusing on customer problems is a win-win situation for the company and customers. Both the customers in the market are satisfied with the service they receive, and the company gains a loyal customer base. This loyal customer base brings stable income for the company. Today, most large companies follow a marketing policy focused on consumer problems. Apple employees use the three F's, feel, felt, and found, to empathize and help their customers.
Thank you, Berktu.
Yeah, Berktu, you have very nice points when you look at this situation from a profit-oriented company. But what I try to mention is, yes, you may gain a profit and you can satisfy your customers by just only focusing on them. But in the future, if you don't have a company because you don't care about sustainability issues, you might face a situation that you don't find any resources to keep going your business. You cannot gain any profit in the future if there is no world that you can gain a profit on.
Berktu, is there anything you would like to add to this?
I want to say something. I think social responsibility and sustainability are the problems of states, not companies. States can make regulations, but marketing departments of companies should focus on the company's benefits and company profits, I think.
Melike?
Yes. I agree with you, my heart. I hope that all of the governments concern these issues and focus on more regulating this situation. Governments don't take the necessary precautions for this. So when government is not satisfying what sustainability needs at our world, I believe that it's companies responsible to do necessary researches to make it right.
So we heard from both of our guests on their thoughts on this topic. While Berktu believes that companies should try to focus more on their customers' problems because that would bring profit, Melike thinks that if we do not focus on the environment and the sustainability part of the issue, there will not be a world to make profits from. Now, the innovation part, we will discuss this issue in more detail. On the second part of our podcast, we will be discussing the innovation part of this controversy. So while the companies may try to solve their customers' problems, will this stance bring them more innovation, because solving the customers' problems will make room for new ideas to solve these problems and will bring innovation, or focusing on these problems is gonna stop them from being innovative and bringing up new products? For this issue, first we will start with Melike and hear her thoughts.
Consumer problems are more concerning our daily basis, not the futuristic ideas. So I'm at the second point at this topic. I believe that we have to focus on more exploring new innovations rather than solving our customer problems. The very first step of marketing research, yes, is to decide what you really need to find out, and my purpose might be solving my customer problems at the beginning, yes, because every company starts with that point. However, when I got bigger, the solutions that I find won't be permanent to my customers, because customers' perspective will change, their daily needs will change, their problems will change, and only focusing their problems will cost me in terms of all the effort that my company faces. Just like every marketing research, you need some money, you need some budget, and if I only spend my budget on solving customer problems, it will cost me. And while doing marketing research at an area changes every day, it won't be beneficial and won't be profitable in long term. And moreover, while I'm focusing my customer problems, as I mentioned before, their problems will be not more futuristic most of the time, I may miss the chance of investing other areas like new innovations, new markets. While I'm focusing on today's customer problem, my marketing department cannot be on the alert against new opportunities, because just as I said before, my budget is constrained. So spending my money on customer researches, customer problem researches, won't have any budget for R&D researches, developments. And you know that Henry Ford said before, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Customers, as you know, only see problems. They don't make very futuristic comments about their problems. Most of the time, they just want basic solutions, and their problems cannot help us to move forward. every company needs to move forward to develop itself, improve itself. So Henry Ford chose to build a car for his customers rather than try to provide faster horses. As a result, as you know, he created a whole sector running very profitably.
Yes, thank you, Melike. So back to Melike said that if we only focus on solving customers' problems, since customers only want basic solutions to their day-to-day problems, we won't get far. Even if we do find out something new, it's not going to be very futuristic or it's not going to be very permanent. Therefore, we need to spend our marketing research budget on R&D and other research that might bring the company more innovation. What do you think about this?
I think marketing research should focus on solving customer problems instead innovation and new products. There are several reasons for this. First of all, the risk of financial damage much lower. In addition, there are no problems such as introducing new products to people. Instead, optimizing what's available is safer action for the company. Also, the costs of innovative research are much more expensive. Trying to create a new product and create a market for that product is a serious business for the company. To do this, your company must have money to invest that may be vested. Melike talked about Henry Ford example also, but I would like to point out that not everyone can be a Henry Ford. We don't like in a pink road, I think. Considering the market competition in today's world, it seems much more logical to conduct marketing research with safer strategies.
Thank you. Back to Melike, do you have anything to say to it?
Yeah, back to you mentioned that there's a risk at exploring new markets and trying to make innovations, but I believe that this should be a risk that we are willing to accept, since imagine that you're the only firm in a market and it gives you power of determining prices and determining quantities. And as you know, this from an economic perspective, these are the two items that we are in need to maximize our profits. If you're the only person, decide what you get from the market.
Thank you, Melike. Today we talked a lot about innovation, sustainability, and solving customers' problems. The question was, should market researchers only focus on solving customer problems? As both of our guests told us their opinions on this topic, we heard from Melike the sustainability side, and from Berktu we heard the profit side. But it is very important to say that even though both parties made very valid points, it is our responsibility as a society to include environmental research and sustainability research into our company's day-to-day lives. Because otherwise, if no one does this, there won't be a world to make profits of, like Melike said. So while Berktu is very right that companies should try to keep their profit side by solving customers' problems and stay in the market for longer, they also need to focus on the environmental issues, the sustainability problem, and innovating more solutions to these problems so that we may all have a better world we can live in. Thank you, both of my guests, for joining here and sharing your opinions. Do you have any last words you would like to say?
It was a pleasure meeting you, Ezgi, and it was a very nice conversation as I expected.
Thank you. I'm Berktu.
Thank you for calling here me, Ezgi. I am very grateful. I want to say thank you to Melike for this nice discussion.
Thank you too, Berktu.
Okay, thank you both. And this is the end of Marketing Weekly. See you next episode.